little babies.
Wait, are you making that up?
Oh,
No,
That's why I've been on vacation.
I came
Are
in as
you in?
grandmother.
Are you in mourning?
yeah, I've
That's
been
why
on
he's wearing
vacation.
black. That's why
I've
he's
been on
wearing
vacation all week.
Jesus.
My grandmother died.
Are you sitting Shiva?
I don't know what that means.
black. It's like when you pass bread to Muhammad in Jerusalem.
Well, let's
and
just, we don't
kiss the
talk
wall.
politics. We don't talk politics on the show. Let's.
You say Shiva or Shiva? Because I know what the Shiva is.
Ooh, Shiva Kabini.
What do you say we start the show? The Simple Minds Sports Show, social hour here. We're gonna do a little Celtics talk, a little deadline talk. Do you guys have opening takes for this team?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, this is
Go ahead.
Danny
I'll
Ainge
start.
all over
This
again.
team is on the verge of doing absolutely nothing for another deadline. Again, I said it on the Friday show. I'll say it again. Brad Stevens is on the brink of being another Danny deadline. Very little to show for it. If this fucking guy just moves salary to get on the tax and doesn't appease the Jays and doesn't make this team better, but they're on the Brady list. They're on the list. They're on Bill's list.
Perfect. It's my turn now. Trade everybody. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Meyer. Trade the whole fucking team. Rebuild for everything. Fire Brad Stevens. This is what this team needs. I don't trust Brad Stevens to make anything remotely good to moves. I think it's, again, he's from the Danny Ainge of school of not giving a fuck at the trade deadline. I just don't see it. Al Horford, go. Marcus Smart, go. Dennis Schroeder, go. Peach Baskets, go. Peyton Pritchard, all these guys, Langford, Grant Williams, all these guys need to go, or at least they're going to be discussed in trade. I can't wait for after the deadline and the Celtics are in on 37 trades and they end up with two basketballs and a pile of shit. That's what's going to happen. That's my take.
That's what many a girl have called Ray's penis and balls. 2 balls and a pile of shit. Right, your opening take?
Oh, thank you, Richard. Yeah, like Bill and you've said, they're not going to do anything. Green Teamers are going to be crying green tears because their Messiah is not going to be coming to this. Thank you. Their Messiah is not going to be coming to this team. You're going to get something like a second-round pick and a guy that's the 9th guy on the bench. It's going to be a total failure for Brad Stevens in his first trade deadline, and we are all going to.
Where's Jesus Shuttlesworth when we need him? Jesus,
banging horse.
Jesus.
At least my name's not Booger.
All right,
well,
we'll be
picking my
talking about
nose like a
that.
booger.
Who can be
What, he's going to
traded?
tech you and he banged the 2 broads?
Who won't be traded? What could
Oh yeah.
potential moves that could be made? What will happen if they're not made? And what does it look like all at the end here on the Simple Minds Sports Show Social Hour? Welcome to the show.
I got something troubling on my mind. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something.
Finger blasting Rosario Dawson on a Ferris wheel.
wheel.
Ooh,
It was a cyclone.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love her.
Speaking of F blasting, if you're looking for some fun, head on down to White Birch Brewing, the best craft brewing in New Hampshire. Ray, address, please.
460 Amherst Street.
The best side of Amherst Street. Get on down there, F blast your way into some stouts and some pints and some flights. If you can't get down there for an F blast, get at your local beer store, wherever you get it. Tell them the Simple Minds boys sent you. White Birch Brewing. Everyone had to say it. Just feels like a very underwhelming couple weeks we're supposed to endure here as Celtics fans. Now, I'll start this way. You're 10-6 in January, and the record means a little bit less to me than just watching them and a little bit of the eye test. They are playing better. They are playing, and by better, I mean they're playing correctly. They're moving the ball on offense. It's not as much of the one-on-one. It's not as much of the stagnant basketball that gets them in trouble. They have been playing better. They have been playing lesser competition, which will continue, which should help their standings. But I do feel like they're becoming a better team. And mainly, as I go back to my point that I've had for almost a year, I think Tatum specifically and Brown to a lesser extent of just becoming better players. Jason Tatum is his assists and his rebounds have gone up. I mean, he's close to averaging 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Like he's better. He's done the things I've asked him to do. He's got better around the rim. He's got better finding players off the dribble. He's got better coming out of double teams. He's engaged on defense. He's playing down low. He's getting offensive rebounds. I think Jason Tatum, I don't have a lot to complain about Jason Tatum at this point. Jaylen Brown, less so. He's more focused on his offense, but still they've played pretty well together. And the team has played better overall. If this is their fucking floor. They were so disappointing for a year and a half before this that now we should be talking about tweaks made to the lineup to get them over the next hump. But instead we're talking about major changes because we don't trust the core in this team, including Marcus Smart, who has also played fucking terrific. He had more assists than he had shot attempts the other night, which is great. He's playing the role as a point guard, but he's getting paid $19 million a year to be a fucking role player. So yeah, the Celtics are in a situation where they need to do something. That first starts with Dennis Schroeder. Needs to be gone. Absolutely 100%, 1000% needs to be gone. We've talked about this on the show, Raymond. He just doesn't fit what's going on. He's not a point guard. He's a ball in hand, fucking Ryan Mail instant offense. Doesn't know what to do with the ball other than drive fast at the rim or shoot a three and make it 1 out of 4 times. That's pretty much Dennis Schroeder. He won't be back this year. He could probably help a team in contention with a little bit of offense off the bench. If you get less than a late first round pick, do you consider that a fail for Dennis Schroeder?
No, because you got him for a steal for a salary. So no, that wouldn't be a bad trade if you got that. But I want something. I don't want draft picks. I want like a veteran that's a proven veteran. Even if it's a bench piece, a proven bench piece veteran. I don't want to go out there and get draft stock like Danny Ainge did and just stockpile all these draft picks for fucking years to come. I want to get someone that's established that we know that we can say, hey, this is what this guy can do. Not let's hope we get a steal in a draft.
That's my point too. There's been a lot of talk about all the moves they're going to make is just to get under the tax. I'll be pissed if that's their situation.
Yeah.
Like, can't you find another guy making $5 million a year like Dennis Schroeder who can shoot the three? Like, can't you just go find who will fit better with this
or
team?
who's not a Nazi?
Okay, that's a
just because he's from Germany doesn't mean he's a Nazi.
They're all
Nazis.
Nazis.
From German.
Sorry,
I would like a non-Nazi 3-point shooter, even though most of those guys tend to be white. But that doesn't mean they're German. Dennis Schroeder is the black guy. He's from Germany, and he's not a Nazi that we know of.
And he has a
He
birthmark on his
definitely
head.
would have been killed in the Holocaust.
That is probably true. Thankfully, he was born 40 years after that. What also is true is he can't shoot the three very well. He's not a good passer. He's small. Can't you just go move him for something that you need? Shooting instead of fucking a second-round pick. So he has been rumored. Right now, the latest rumor that I heard on him was with Chicago for Troy Brown Jr., not related to Troy Brown of the New England.
I had to
Patriots.
look at that just because I wasn't sure.
I looked it up. I Googled it.
Yeah, I was like,
I
Troy
saw that
Brown.
too. I was like, whoa.
Troy Brown's got a kid in the NBA.
Troy Brown's too short to have a kid in the NBA. That was
He's
the
average.
first red flag.
He's average. Okay.
Okay, sorry. 5'7".
Do short black guys look shorter than short white guys? The answer is yes. Because you always expect them to be bigger than us white guys, and if they're shorter than the white guys, it just looks weird.
That is the most racist thing ever said. On
Yeah,
this.
Bill. That's racist, Bill. Fuck. Why would you ever think like that, Bill?
Sorry.
I don't even know how to comprehend that. I don't think I've ever thought that black guys are just supposed to be bigger than white guys.
Well, you never thought that? Like, if you saw a black guy's dick and it was really small, you'd be like, whoa.
I just
Come on.
expect them to be anacondas.
Yeah.
Like they're
Anything
hanging.
less than 8 inches, you're like, fucking wrong with this
Dude,
guy.
they're hanging hammer fists. I've
Oh,
watched
yeah.
enough porn in my life to see they're hammer fists.
They're like, by far, like, holy shit. Like, what is wrong with that thing?
Yeah,
all
it's like, how
the
does-
ones I've seen in person have fit the bill. So
Oh, kudos.
stereotypes are real. The Troy Brown Jr. is a 6'7" wing who can't really shoot, can kind of play defense, is an okay rebound. He's just another
thanks.
another fucking guy. this is where I get off this Brad Stevens train and the Danny Ainge. I don't want an athlete. I don't want an all-around play. Go get me someone who can shoot the goddamn basketball. Someone who can just fucking shoot. That's it. That's what they need. So no, I'm out on that. Troy Brown Jr. Love you, Troy Brown. Bingo. I got bingo, but I don't want your fake kid.
The other one they got is Malik Beasley from the Timberwolves. I don't know if you've seen this.
I sent it to you today. You fuck. I sent the exact trade.
Are you doing this on purpose? I respect you if you do. If you are.
No,
Are you stealing my thing off the email or Bill's text?
Yours is an email?
Fuck you, right?
Oh, there it is.
He's not smart enough to think of these jokes.
No.
Oh yeah, no. He just pulling this out of the way. Go ahead, right? No. This is like the Kyler Murray future MVP. This is all yours.
Yeah, so it's going to take Josh Richardson and either Romeo Langford or Peach Baskets to the Timberwolves for Malik Beasley, who is averaging 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Why? Why are you going to give up all this asset for a guy that's worse?
It's not gonna happen because Timberwolves they didn't advance that far because Timberwolves didn't. They want more flexibility at the trade deadline.
I know, but why would you even entertain
the thought? For the 2 years
this
prior to this, Malik Beasley was a 20-point scorer and 7-rebound guy.
I'm all for Malik Beasley.
Malik Beasley is better than both of those guys put together.
It's not Michael Beasley. It's Malik Beasley.
Yeah, give him to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't think again, like he's better than Richardson and a combination of whoever you want to put in there. But he's not a shooter. He's not a spot-up shooter.
No.
This is where they're making the mistake. They continue to fuck up. And this is where also they'll fuck up. If they move Josh Richardson for little to nothing to get into the tax, big mistake. He's a friend of Jason Tatum. We've already moved on from one of those guys and Javonte Green, who became a good, nice role player for the Bulls, which brings me to another piece. You can't develop guys. You just can't develop guys. The guys on your bench have become nothing. And the guys you've let go, the Max Struss kid that just came in to town with Miami, who hit, I think, 6 3-pointers in your eye, has become a rotational piece for them, shooting 40% for 3. He was in your system 2 years ago, and you let him go. Like, I think they value, they're either behind the curve on what they need or they're valuing improperly what they need, which in my opinion, 100% is shooting to surround Jason.
So
Tatum
who would be your wet dream to get on this team for a shooter?
I don't know. I don't know the NBA that well to know who is like a
Duncan Robinson or Tyler Herro.
Well, Duncan Robinson name's been floating around because he's getting paid a shit ton now for what he does, which is not play
Miami
defense.
Still?
Yeah, and shoot threes. Here's a guy the name's been brought up from Indiana who's trying to blow it up but hasn't made a move yet. Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lamb shoots about 40% from 3, is a decent defender, has okay size. He's a guy that you can probably get for
I'll throw 2 names out for
value.
you. Bradley Beal is not going to reject a trade this year. You know, that's the target. It should always be the target. You have the assets to do it. You can make the money work. You go out and get a guy like that. Or another one who his team fucking hates him. He's a Celtics killer. I've always liked him. Spencer Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie.
Whatever the fuck his stupid name is. Like,
why do they hate him though in the Wizards?
He's just not a likable guy, and I don't care. Bring him in. Give me
From
the
one
fucking
unlikable guy
assholes.
to the other one.
Just give me the talent. He's got talent. He's a Celtics killer. He's dropped 50 on you. He's got a lot of talent, you know, and he just signed a pretty big deal with Washington with a sign and trade with Brooklyn. I mean, he's a guy you couldn't do a lot better than him on the trade market if he's legit available. Like, those are the 2 guys.
If you swap Marcus Smart with Spencer Dinwiddie, you're
top
right.
4 and
You're
Ray's eating a cookie. Ray's eating the cum cookie.
I love Spencer Dinwiddie, and he is an asshole. He's a prick, and you need that. You need that on this team. He's not a fake prick like Smart. He's like
a legit, like a fucking let's throw.
Yeah. I like Spencer Dinwiddie, who can play the point and hit a 3 and score 50 on any given night. I like that move a lot. Who knows? It's the NBA. Who knows what who's willing to part. But the Beal thing is interesting because that's a name that was brought up all off season, and the Wizards started out hot and that cooled, but now they've lost 6 straight, and Bradley Beal is starting to chirp a little bit that he for the first time, quote, is not against being traded from the
You
Washington.
giving up Jaylen Brown for him if that's what it takes?
Yep.
No, because you're in the same boat. This is the
Yeah, I
thing.
think so too.
We've kind of had this conversation.
You might be in the
times.
same boat. Let me stop you. You might be in the same boat, but Tatum's happy now because he's got his boy, and
I
that's
think
what you
Tatum's
ultimately
happy.
want.
I don't think
Oh,
Tatum's unhappy. I actually, after the Steve Bulpett report today that said that Jaylen Brown could force his way to town if the chemistry on the team doesn't get better, which a lot of people like us will take for Jaylen Brown's going to force his way to town. I look at it as Marcus Smart's going to get the fuck out of that locker room, and they just have to start winning. But Tatum, I think Tatum just fucking coasts. He's got 3 years left on his deal plus a player's option. He's making $30 million a year. People like him in Boston. He's an all-star. He's the best player on his team. I think he's probably just okay right now. Talk to me in a year or two. Maybe that changes. And you're right. I mean, you bring Brad Beal here. He's probably happier. You know, he's got his buddy, but I don't think he dislikes Jaylen Brown. I think that they're on the same page. I don't think there's a discord there. But on the court, replacing Bradley Beal with Jaylen Brown, I think you're the same team. I just think you're the same fucking team. You know, Jaylen Brown's averaging 27 points a night. The guy's a bucket.
Yeah,
he's a legitimate bucket in the NBA right now.
Yeah, him and Tatum tied the Celtics record for most 30-point games. You know, in the same game at 4 with Bird and McHale.
Yeah,
and they're gonna beat it. So,
but you're saying he's coasting. What if you bring in his buddy? Do you think he's going to coast anymore? Or you think he's
what I mean by
put him
coasting,
up
Ray,
to
is I don't think he's coasting. I said at the top of the show is I am really impressed with the way Jason Tatum has played this year. I'm actually, you guys know this. We've been talking about him for 2 years. I've been really hard on Jason Tatum. I'm impressed with the way Jason Tatum's played. I think he's rounded out his game. I think he's still got some ways to go, specifically at the end of games and closing them out. But I really like Jason Tatum's game. I think he's working hard. What I mean by coasting is like, I don't know how much he wants to, like Jaylen Brown wants to win a championship. Like, and he's attuned to the locker room that it's not working. I think Tatum comes in and I'm gonna go play on the court and the locker room thing. You can kind of fucking do in your own time. I'm the best player here. And until that starts to affect him personally, I think he's just there to ball.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. If you bring Bradley Beal in, now he's not going to be the best player on the court. Now he has competition because Bradley Beal is a proven all-star, is one of those guys in the league that's well-respected. He can shoot the ball. He's been around longer than Tatum has, obviously. So that might be one of those things that makes him step up his game even more because now he's not the best one on the court.
Maybe. I don't even think you need Jason Tatum to step up his game anymore. I think you need the guys. I think he is at that point where you need the guys around him too. And maybe Bradley Beal's that guy. I mean, maybe he's the guy that can handle those late game situations. But is Bradley Beal that much better than Jaylen Brown right now? I think the difference is kind of marginal, and you need to add to those guys, not replace them, unless Brown wants out. But I don't think we're there yet. All right, let's talk about Marcus Smart real quickly.
Ugh.
He's another guy. If we're being honest, I know that we're all on board. Well, Bill's on board together and everybody, but we've been on board over a year to trading Marcus Smart, not just because of his on-court shit, but because of there's just a chemistry issue on this team. And I think Marcus Smart has something to do with it, being the longest tenured Celtic. How many times can we hear that? The heart and soul, quote unquote, of the Celtics, which is bullshit. He's playing good. He's playing really good. He's playing. And I said this a long time ago in the bubble that he was the best distributor that they had on this team. And I had to come off that a little bit because he sucked so fucking bad last year. But he's the best distributor you have in the team. And he's not a natural point guard, but he's trying to be. And that's all we've asked of him for 7 seasons. He finally gets $19 million a year. And you get to the date of January 15th or 25th or whatever that you could trade him. And all of a sudden, he's the best point guard the Celtics have had since fucking Rajon Rondo. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so, but I don't really give a shit. If he can prove to be this player and bumps up his stock, him and Rob Williams need to be considered in a trade deal that brings you the third star that you need to compete. That's your best case scenario.
Yeah, I don't know who had it off, but the Boston Globe, but they were like, basically in this big span of the Celtics improving because they've had a pretty good January. It's been Marcus Smart, and he has his DNA all over it. It's like, ooh, cringeworthy. Michael Scott, like, God damn it, no, please, God, no. Like, I don't want to give this guy any credit whatsoever. This guy needs to be the guy that gets out. He has the best tradable contract. Rob Williams is one of those up and coming stars as a center that NBA teams just want, like contenders want. So we get this 2 package deal and give me someone, like I said, a veteran that, can go out there, shoot, can go out there and control the game. Another big piece, like you're saying. But yeah, these 2 need to go. And the fact that they're saying that Marcus Smart is the reason why they're winning right now is cringeworthy.
Marcus Smart absolutely has a part to be why they're winning, because when he was out for an extended period of time, they literally had no point guard because Ime would not play Peyton Pritchard, or he was not good when he was out there.
Racist.
Sucks.
So they had no point guard. They had literally no point guard. So Marcus Smart's going to be better than anybody. But if you replace Marcus Smart with an actual guy who can distribute and run an offense, you're going to be just as good. Trust me. You're going to be better. Just as good. And you said his contract is easily tradable. It's not. It's not an easily tradable. But I think what you meant is it falls in the volume of, if you were to trade for a Bradley Beal or a Karl Anthony Towns or a max guy, $19 million takes up a nice chunk of that for a good player in Marcus Smart, who doesn't suck, but he just needs to go. Rob Williams is a fucking awesome contract, is a terrific contract for a really, really, really good player who's coming into his own, which is the perfect time to trade him because he will never be a key piece in a championship team. He just looks like that right now because your team is so bad. So you have to look at those guys as key pieces to move with a first-round pick to get the next big guy. Bradley Beal, Karl Anthony Towns, Damian Williams, or Damian Lillard. Whatever. Go make the fucking move. It's not going to happen at the deadline, which is why I'm okay with Marcus Smart staying on this team past the deadline. Continue to improve your stock. Rob Williams, don't get hurt. Stay in the court. Improve your stock. Neesmith, get some playing time. Improve your stock. And then go make a deal. That's it. That's what you have to do. And in the meantime, at this deadline, if you're going to get into under the tax instead of bringing on some shooters, shame on you. Shame on you, Wick Grossbeck and Brad Stevens. Build around these Jays and give them something to build some confidence on, get into the playoffs and make some noise, and then go make a big move from there. That's what they should be doing. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like they're going to go try and get under the fucking tax.
Yep. Yeah, there won't be any moves. But the big thing that you had before was the Utah with Joe Ingles. Sucks that he got his fucking ACL torn up, because that would have been a good piece to try to get over, especially since Danny Ainge is over there in Utah and loves Marcus Smart. That would have been a pretty good asset to get back in return for Marcus Smart. But yeah, that sucks with the ACL blown out now.
Any other key guys you want to throw? I'll throw one out to you from Atlanta. Atlanta and Boston have been pussyfooting around with each other for 2 years, but Marcus Smart has been on their radar for a long time, and John Collins has been a guy that's basically been looking to get out for a long time. He would be a really nice fit here. This year, he could help you get under the cap if you trade Smart for him, I think. I don't think Collins makes as much as Smart right now, but he's due for a contract next year, which you could obviously do if he's on your team. Is that a key piece that you would go, or is that just too small?
I like John Collins a lot. I thought they should have targeted him last year at the deadline. I think he'd be a good piece. And I think, he's right around that $20 million range, and I think I'd probably move a Robert Williams for him. I mean, this is a true big guy. I think he can average 18 under, around the rim. It's a guy you want to target.
John Collins is locked up for the next until 2026.
He signed the extension.
He did sign over the summer, right?
Yeah, so he makes more. Yeah, he's got $23 million for the next 2, and then he's up to 25, 26, 26 till 2025.
This is where you are in the NBA. Like 23 is not max, but with Tatum and Brown, like it stretches your cap.
It's like no man land. No man
can't be the third guy.
No,
you know what I mean? Like this is where Robert Williams, Time Lord, is so valuable because his salary is so low and he is really important to the team. And I get where Brad Stevens coming from. You make the wrong deal and you're kind of fucking dead, but you got to do something. You got to pull the trigger here on this team. You're going on 3 years of a 500 team with 2 guys walking into their prime. You have to make a move and build a team around them. And you have to start at this deadline with Dennis Schroeder, either Josh Richardson, Marcus Smart, Aaron Nesmith, a first-round pick. Do something. Go identify a guy and fucking get him.
Yeah, there's plenty of options out there. Everyone is on the trade market right now. I mean, you can go out and get almost anyone from any team right now. So do something.
Well, I don't expect it to happen, but
No, it's not going to happen, but they should do something.
What's the score right now?
They're at 54-53 at the half. Celtics.
Okay. Got to beat the fucking Hornets. They've been a thorn in their side for 2 years now. Terry Rozier, scary Terry, always has something to goddamn prove against this team.
88-78 in the third. And the third. So
Celtics?
entering they're up 10.
You just said at halftime, did you?
That was an old text that just said at the half, but then we've been recording for half hour on this show. So
they're playing well. Can we all agree that they are playing well?
Tatum 13, Brown 11, Ball has 29, Rozier 15, Washington 13, Kelly right. Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart is the leading scorer with 18 points.
Josh Richardson 17 is what you're looking at right now.
This is the problem with this team, right? Because if the team had been playing to potential for the past 2 years, Richardson and Smart are perfect complements. But because we're so afraid of the chemistry failing, it's like you have to move those guys. Like Marcus Smart as a player on paper is great, but he's been such an insufferable douchebag off the court, and their chemistry has been such an issue for 2 years. I still feel like you have to move on, even though they're going on 2 months of improved, consistent play.
Tatum's having a bad shooting night. He's 5 for 13 and 1 for 7 from 3-point land.
Bad shooting year.
Oh, yeah. It's all that muscle he gained. It's all that fucking he fucked his shot up.
That's why
I stay fat, baby.
That's why we don't try too hard.
Man. All the time, baby. Doesn't fucking fail.
You don't want to mess up that.
That
you don't
fucking
mess up that
inch
release.
and a half fucking vertical I got. You fucking can't fuck that up.
No.
Come on.
It screws the whole thing up.
Oh yeah.
Well, this has been a stellar basketball insight from the Simple Minds Sports Show Social Hour Fat Tuesday edition. We will see you on Friday's Rewind. Bye-bye.
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 I got something troubling on my mind. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something.
Thanks for staying up, Bill.
Of course. It's riveting Celtics talk. I just love basketball.
Next time we'll let Bill go. We'll bring on a guest.
Love basketball.
I'll
Go
work on
team. Woo.
I'll work on that. I'll
Eat
work on
eat
that.
the jizz cookie.
That's all he's here for is the jizz cookie.
That's right. And Rich picked the Rams.
And the 49ers.
Born under a bad moon in a little Texas town called Cutting.
I love how you get so happy. Thank you, Henry.
It took you that long to figure out.
No, Bill. You want me to explain to you what was going on just to make you happy? So,
No, I don't
Said-
even want to know, Rich. I don't
Good.
even want to know. You're making me
Good.
sit here to talk
I do.
this fucking shitty Celtics team that I could give fucking go on.
I kind of want to know.
Sure. I was finishing in your mom's ear.
Damn it. Damn it.
Good old 1 year.
It's only got one good one left. She demanded that it all land in the left for years. And it was like, yeah, this going to go bad.
Dude, Ray, we're really sorry your mom's a cum. We're really sorry.
Hey, her mother just died. How dare you, Bill?
She didn't even go to the funeral. Her mom was a cum.
She was.
Rest
She
in
was.
peace.
Rest in hell, bitch.
I got something